Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations. Whew, what did I do? Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. Sorry, I ran my fingers through my hair and then it was standing up all over the place. So, it is Tuesday and I am starting a new Tuesday live for you. We come out with, Stampin' Up! Comes out with 2 to 3 kits a month. And so what I want to do is I want to start introducing you to each of these kits. I won't necessarily do alternates. It's going to be more of an unboxing and sharing maybe some ideas of what you could do differently if you wanted to go beyond the way the cards are designed. We're going to make them as designed, and then we can decide if we want to do something else, or we'll see what time it is. I don't want this to be a super long video or live, so it'll be probably about 30 minutes to do the cards and talk about some possibilities of what you could do differently if you didn't want 9 of the same cards or 3 of each of the exact same cards, if you wanted to change it up. So we'll do that, but we'll go ahead and we'll start off with making the cards as designed. So I'm going to do this each Tuesday. I planned on 1:30, but some things happened here in the house where I needed to make it a little bit later, and then obviously I can't count 15 minutes and I'm already late for that too. So let's go ahead and get started so we actually get this done. All right, let's go ahead and switch. So here's one of our kits. You know it's not paper pumpkin when it comes in a brown box like this. When it is a stamping kit like this one is, it's usually covered in plastic so that the stamp set and the ink pad don't get lost. All right, I'd already taken that off to take a look at this. Now, just as all of our kits, whether it's kit collection, whether it's paper pumpkin, all you have to do is add a pair of scissors. That's the best part. So if you like crafting and you don't want to, hi Joanne, and you don't want to invest in a whole lot of stuff, then kits are great because you can take them on the go. So I've used these when I've gone traveling, and they are self-contained in the kit. All you have to do is have some scissors. I do also would like to recommend the Take Your Pick tool. Okay, that just helps make your kit experience that much better. And over time you'll see some of the other things that I use, but you don't have to. Like I said, all you need is a pair of scissors, and I'm sure you have multiple pairs in your house. So we always have at least one stamp set or one ink pad in there. Every now and then there's been a kit, the robot kit had 2 colors. Normally it's just 1 color. This is the ink spot that you will get. For ease of purposes of me just being able to use it, I'm going to use my regular size ink pad. You can see the difference. These are great for traveling. You don't have to have this. You can use the re-inkers to re-ink these and make them all juicy again. You never have to get a big pad if you don't want to. And that's the beauty of the kits. There's never anything saying you have to go to that next level. You can just do the kits. I know plenty of people who just get the kits. That's all they want to do. They don't want to mess with anything else. And that's okay. So then here is our stamp set. And typically everything fits on a D block, which is included in the kit. See, you don't even have to have separate blocks. It's all included. So you get your ink, you get your stamps. We have thanks, just a note, and thinking of you today. And then we have our little fence, which is super cute. And then the wood that you can stamp. I think that's either the wood to stamp in there to give it a wood grain, or that might be ground. We'll find out as we get to it. So let's open this up. It comes wrapped in the plastic like this to protect all the paper goods so that they don't get all messed up, because we don't want them messed up, right? We want them to be nice and flat, no bent corners or anything. So if you ever get some that are messed up, all you have to do is call Stampin' Up! And they will take care of you. I promise you that. All right, so we have some dimensionals. These are the mini dimensionals, and I guess I'll be using them because I don't have my big ones over here. And then we have, so you end up, a lot of times you end up having extra dimensionals, extra adhesives, And so you can use them and then save them, use them for other kits. And so sometimes you'll have large dimensionals, sometimes you'll have the mini dimensionals. Here is the block that is intended for the stamps. So you can see that fits perfectly on there like that. I like to use our bigger blocks. All right, you can see the difference. Now, when you get more than one of these, you can glue them together. And I have been on a rampage going through past kits, partial kits. Hi, Missy. Past kits, partial kits. And I'm going to take two of them and I'm going to glue them together so that I can show you how close it is, and then it'll just make it easier to grab. It won't have the groove, but it'll make it a little thicker to grab. So for today, what I like to do is I like to get out my different sizes because that just makes it quicker and easier for me. Do you have to do it? No, you do not have to do it. That is completely your choice. Like I said, everything is in the kit. Here is our tear and tape, which I am becoming really madly in love with. We have some white cardstock here. Look at these darling envelopes. Ooh, perfect right now for spring. Who's able to get out in the garden? It's still a little too chilly here. We've been getting some sunshine, but we've also been getting some rain, some snow, some graupel. So it's not quite time yet for us to get out in the garden. We kind of have to wait until we get more into May. Ooh, look at these cool cards. Missy, Joanne, do you have this kit? Have you looked at it? Oh, look at that. It's a trifold card. All right, so we'll do one of those. All right, so let's go ahead and go straight over here to our no-fail instructions. This tells you or shows you what the stamps are. So here it is in English, French, and German. I like to just fold mine over like this and fold it like that. I don't tear it off or anything. You totally could. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not sure why. All right, so there's our stamps, and that's just so we know where to put them. All right, where to put them, or to make sure you get them all back on there so you're not missing any. All right, these sleeves. I love this shirt because it's got Stampin' Up all the way up and down the arms, but it's long and it's loose, so it keeps slipping down. So on the back, it shows you your ingredients, everything that's in the kit. Then it tells you you have 9 cards, 9 envelopes. It shows you here if you are a beginner. If you use this QR code, it will help you learn some of the basic stamping techniques and things that you can do. So learn basic stamping. And then here it will take you to a detailed video, kind of like what I'm doing now. So you kind of don't need that one if you're brand new here. If you watch this and you get the kit and later you're like, oh, I need to remember how to do it, just come back here to either YouTube or Facebook, my Junebug Creations 29, and then you can watch the replay either on YouTube or Facebook, and then you can hit the pause button and do it at your own pace. And then here are the coordinating colors. So like if you wanted to go outside the box and build something else, you could use any of these colors to make just lost my train, alternate cards. All right, and I figure if we're doing this and I get a wild hair and I get an idea, then I may do that. So Joanne says no, but it's on her wish list. Missy says she does not have this kit. It is it's currently unavailable. Oh, wouldn't you know? All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this kit anyways because this is the one that I pulled out. What a bummer. All right, so here we go. I guess in the future I will look closer at that. I thought I looked the other day, but maybe I looked at the wrong kit. So let's go ahead and use these. Just like with our paper pumpkin, we're going to use these 3 to see what supplies go with which cards. So we've already got this one, and I'll just put it back in the box. We only need 3 of these. So I'll put those back in the box. This is really a gorgeous kit. I can see why it's not available. So put it on your wish list and keep checking. Or you can let me know. Oh, these are the same cards, so we need 2 of these. you can let me know and I will keep an eye on it and then notify you when it is ready. I do that for my customers. I have a lot of customers who say, hey, I really want this. Can you let me know when it's back in stock? And I always say, yes, I can. So here we go. We're going to move this out of the way. We're going to put this way, like this. Here we go. That way, because we have card 1, card 2, card 3. All right. And then we're going to look at this. So card 1, we need this little one, and we need 4 flowers and a birdhouse. All right, so we have the birdhouse right here. So we need that. And we need, let's see, we need one of these. All right, like that. And we need these flowers right here. All right, so we have these 2 that are stuck together, and then we have these 2 individual flowers. Now I see why they have the mini dimensionals. All right, so that is card 1. For card 2, we need all the orange little flowers, the long sentiment piece, the black fence, and this greenery. So since we've got this up right here, we're going to pop out all the orange flowers. So 1, 2, 3 loose orange flowers, then 3 that are all together, and then 3 that are all together, and 3 that are in a lineup. All right, like that. And then this big vine. Remember, they're delicate, so you don't want to tear. You don't want to just grab and rip, because that's going to tear it up. All right. So I chose this one because it was Welcome Garden, and this is Welcome to the new Kit Together Tuesday live. And then here we go. I picked one that isn't available, but it will be. It will be, so you can just keep an eye on it, or let me know to keep an eye on it for you. All right. And then we need one of these little skinny ones. And we need a black gate. It almost looks like a bird cage, but it's probably a gate. It might be a bird cage, but it's probably a gate. All right. And that's it for that one. And then for this one, we need, I'm not seeing anything that's using these, so I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this one is using this. There we go. All right, so now on this last one, we need the gate. Here we go. We need the gate, and there's a little pop-out piece right there. Right, and then we also need these. This is really a very pretty kit, I must say. I must say. They just amaze me. I guess they couldn't do just paper pumpkin. They wanted more kits because they had so many ideas. That's just the way I take it. We'll do the hello. And we need these 2 fence posts. There we go. So if I do get ideas for alternates, then I can always come back on another Tuesday and share the alternate ideas with you. I might not make them right in front of you, but I can at least share with you what I did, and then if you want measurements and whatnot, I can get those for you. All right, so we're going to take out this long one like that, and then on this one, it's the only one that's left, so we're going to take out these flowers very delicately, very carefully. All right. And it's got some extra purple flowers on it that it looks like are also needed. So here, and then this yellow flower here, and this little berry burst flower there. And this is done, and it's not going to be something that I use as a stencil because it's too delicate. So I'm just gonna toss it and get it out of there right now. All right, and then we'll put these over in the box. And let's get started on card 1. All right, so we're gonna move this over here off to the side or off to the front. All right, there's my one envelope. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp this wood look stamp with our crumb cake. And I always recommend that you get this part. So we're going to set those aside, and we're going to be stamping here like this, and we're just going to be stamping those wood grains on the posts, on these posts. So let's go ahead and lay those down like that. So when you deal with the photopolymer, you want to go ahead and lay that down and then pick it up with your block so that you're not shaping it, and that way it stays the right shape. So actually I'm going to get up off my chair because I think that's going to be easier than trying to do this. Bring in some more light. All right, so we're going to ink this, tap it off. Let's go ahead and test it out right there. It looks good. And we're going to do it just on these posts, just like that. We're not going all the way up to the top, not all the way down to the bottom. We're kind of centering it on the posts. The posts are shrinking as they go down, so then some of them it will hit most of the way, but I'm still centering it on the post. There we go. There we go. And this one, it does not have us doing it on the ends, just these center ones, so we're going to leave it at that. And then we're going to do the thanks on here, and we have the darker edges down at the bottom. Grab my thanks. This is where you'll see having more than one block is nice and handy, but you don't have to. You would just have to clean this off, or you could put your thanks over here and do it. Okay, so that's what I do a lot of times if I only have one block, like upstairs where I'm doing my kit rampage, so I can see it there. And then I can stamp it here, just like that. All right, so you can use the stamp both sides of it easily. All right, so we'll set this aside, and then this is already folded in, and then this, oh, I did the wrong side. We needed to do this side of the fence. I did not pay attention to that. All right, so let's do some more. So I did the inside and the outside. Guess that explains why it didn't look like it on the picture. The inside wasn't done, but it is for us. There we go, and nope, not the railing, or not the round. not the arch part. All right, so then we flip this over and we're going to fold this over. There is a score line there. This is where, if you have a bone folder, I recommend a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, you can easily use your thumbnail. But this in the long run is better. My nail tech always said, your nails are jewels, not tools. So it's best not to get in the habit of using your nails like tools. All right, here we go. We're going to take it and we're going to put the extra flowers on top of these and this to pop it up, to give it some extra dimension. All right, so we're going to put dimensionals on the back of everything. Here we go. Now what I find, especially with these minis, is using the take your pick tool. Poke it in there, put it down, poke it in there, put it down. I'm going to do 3. They only did 2, but these are mini, so I think 3 keeps it from sagging. All right. And then that was just paper. I want the whole shebang. Here we go. Come on. All right. So then these are going to go in the middle of the flowers. All right, and hopefully they are not seen on the other side, because that would be not cool. So you want to make sure to get them smack dab in the middle. Like that. And then one says 1 on the birdhouse, but I'm going to go ahead and do 2 because I don't like mine feeling wonky. I don't like it to feel like it's too wobbly. All right, then you can use it to take the paper off as well. Like that. And then I just move that stack. That one's already got the paper off. Sticking to my fingers. There we go. Come on. Like that. It's sticky. It's sticky. All right. So this is where I like having my tweezers. Now again, this is not something you have to have. It just makes it easier to grab it and maneuver it. That's all I find, the tweezers. Now you don't have to have them though. So don't say, man, June, you said all I need was what's in the box. That is all you need, is what's in the box. There we go. Had to figure out which one matches. So I'm just matching the same color like that. So we have the dark here, the light. So I'm just matching it, lining it up on the same spot. So just giving it that 3D look. And then this is going to go on the fence. Ooh, this could be, oh, no, that'll work. All right, so this is where this becomes a little tricky, because you want to make sure that you don't have it in the center where you don't want to have it in the gap. So let me see, did I get it to where it won't be in the gap? Let's see. All right, so it is showing there. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off and just take these off. And I'm going to put dimensionals on here where I want them. I think that'll be the best way One there. That'll be the best way to make sure that it's where I need them to be so that they're not visible. And then we will put that there like that. All right, and that's it. How cute is that? What do you think? You would put that flowers elsewhere so it looks there are more flowers. You can do that. You can put some of the flowers on the front gate if you wanted to. I kind of like how it's popped up because the birdhouse is also popped up. So, but you of course can put them wherever you want. Oh, it's even done on the back side. I like that. How pretty. Very pretty. All right, and then it goes in this darling little garden envelope. So there's card 1. All right, let's go ahead and do card 2. Yeah, that kind of does look like... All right, so we're going to take that all off. We're going to fold this. Use our bone folder if we have one. If not, a fingernail will do. You can even use like a Pampered Chef scraper or something like this. That's what I used to use, and then I finally said, all right, I'm getting a bone folder. Enough is enough. All right, so we have this white paper that we need to stamp on, and we're going to use the crumb cake and again this wood piece, except we're doing it sideways this time. So we're going to do one here, and we're going to turn it around and do one over here, and then we're going to bring it down and do one, oh, I turned it around when I didn't have to, over here. All right, and that's it for that. Then we have our little sentiment piece, and we're going to do just a note. And again, so I'm just going to pretend today that I have the one block, except mine's not the block from the kit, but I just have the one block, and I'll do the just a note, turn it around the right way so I can read it, and then again I will grab it like this so I can still see it through. The only thing is you want to make sure that if this is inked, it's not touching any paper. So here is the just a note. Might be time to re-ink my crumb cake. That's a possibility. All right, so then on the back of this, and so I'm just following. So this little ring here, this little round thing, this is tear and tape. The little hexagons are dimensionals, and if we had gray dots, it would be glue dots. So we're going to use the tear and tape, and I'm going to use one that I've already got started. We're going to use the tear and tape. Oops. Flip it over. Do 3 rows of the tape like this. All right. And then 3, there's row 2. And row 3. And it's called tear and tape. You can use scissors if you want, or you can just tear it like I did. All right, and then we'll use our take your pick tool to pull that up. It's not saying to do it yet, but it looks like there's no reason why I can't. I already put this on the card front. All right, so we'll take our card front, make sure it's opening in the right direction. All right, and then center it here, like that. Set that aside, and then we're going to put this together. So this We'll start with this one. This gets tear and tape along the green part. Yes, on the green side, not the white side. All right. So you're going to do tear and tape right here, like that. And then it's going to go onto the back of this. So line up the bottom like that. And then what they want you to do is pull some of this in here. So this one's going to go around like this. This one's going to go around it like this. This one they want you to pull up through and gently, of course. And this one's going to come around like that. All right, so that way it's kind of curling around the gate. Then we're going to flip it over, all right, and put the dimensionals on it. So let's get our take your pick tool. They want a dimensional up here. And over here. And then again over here. All right. And then let's see. We have one in the center. Right here. And then across the bottom. If you felt like that wasn't enough, you could put them in more places. I might. I think I'm going to put 4 across the bottom instead of the 3 that they have. There's plenty of dimensionals on here, and I'd rather have too many than not enough. And I think I'm going to do the same up here. So there we go. That looks like all the thick places are covered. We're going to take these off. I don't know why I started using my fingernails when I have my take your pick tool. When it starts getting too thick, you just pull them off and keep going. There we go. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little thick and then it doesn't grab them. Too big of a pile. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put it right here on this, like that. Very 3D. All right, and then we're going to put the flowers on it and the sentiment piece. So it looks like the sentiment piece goes across the middle, but first we need to cover these with dimensionals, and it looks like they want us to cut the dimensionals for these little guys. Here we go. All right, so here's 1, 2, 1. So I'm putting them first on the larger flowers of the threesome. I don't know that they need it on the little flowers. I don't know that I need to do that. I think it'll hold enough. I'm going to see those other little flowers worked with this. So I'm going to see, I don't think those need to be cut. I don't think they need to be cut. That starts getting too tedious. Comment tedious if you are not into tedious. I'm just not into tedious. If it starts getting too detailed and too tedious, I'm out. All right, so trellis. Okay, that's what I was thinking, maybe a trellis. You love tear and tape now after using it for a few projects, right? It's just so easy. way easier than that red one we used to have that you had to cut with scissors. It was definitely not a tearing tape. So, and unless, you know, you don't have a applicator for the tear and tape, like I have my other Scotch one for when I was scrapbooking, but the tear and tape you can use nicely. All right, so now we're going to put this threesome up over here. And so it's not on the black because that would make it kind of wonky. It's kind of, whoop, it's kind of set down in there. Well, I guess not all of them are, but I'm going to try to. There we go, there's one. And then we have a triple one here. Alright, so I don't want it to, I want to make sure it's kind of in the, I want it to be where it's not going to push down the black. Okay, because I want that to be stayed popped up. Alright, now they're all sticking to me. Alright, here we go. And then this one. There we go. And let's see, does that have, that must have them on there too. So it's got 3 of them on there, and it's going across the black. So 3 is plenty. Alright, like that. Just a note. And then this one, where does this one go? Up there, oh, down here. Alright, there we go. What do you think? That's really like popped up, curved up, very pretty, very elegant looking for just a note. I love it. Alright, we have 1 card left. None too soon because Mom has a doctor's appointment we got to get to. So let's get this one done quickly for you. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to set this aside. We're going to go ahead and use the bone folder on this. And this one is going this way across in landscape. All right, so we have some stamping to do. I'm going to go ahead and do this part first and do the stamping last. So we're going to do tear and tape across here like this, because this does go on first, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on first. So you noticed I used my thumb. If you don't want to use your thumbnail, you can use the capped side of the putty. Pull that up. Alright, I see here we have a piece that needs to be popped out. Looks like everything else is. So this is where it opens. So we're going to set this down along the bottom here. Like that. Whew, that's pretty all in itself. Now we're going to hide it with a fence. Alright, so we are going to stamp. Alright, where's our stamp and our ink? We're going to stamp. So now I need a different block, and just due to time, I'm not going to clean that one right now. I'm going to get this one out, set it down, pick it up. Normally I do it cockeyed and wonky, but this one obviously needs to be fit just so. All right. So these two go like this. So you're going to butt that up against each other like that. We're going to ink it all up. Like that. All right, and then ink it, stamp it like that. There we go. I'm a little off, I'm a little high. Needed to bring it down a little bit, but that's okay. Again, it is a handmade card, so I don't feel like it has to be absolutely perfect. That's not my way of doing things. I'm not a machine, so perfection doesn't happen. We're going to go ahead and use this one. Thinking of you today. There we go. All right. So now let's put this on. So this one and this one get tear and tape on them. So we're going to do, that's a little bit long, so we'll just roll that back. Do this one a little shorter, we'll roll that back. Apparently I'm not good at doing short. There we go, got that one. Whew. All right, push that down. We're going to roll that up like that, and see this little leftover, we're just going to flip it over. All right, same with this, we're just going to flip it over. All right, then on this one, take it off, take it off. All right. So then what we're going to do is these are going to be, so we're going to put dimensionals on the posts. These are going to go like this. All right. So we're going to bring over our card, and I'm going to line up this side first with the edge right above the grass, or right at the grass line, like that. And then this one goes all the way to this edge, but I want to make sure to line it up as well, because we don't want our fence to be off, right? All right, and then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of our posts, which hides the gaps. Here we go. How far away did I put those? I put that too far away. All right, here we go. Top of the posts, middle. What did I do? Oh, I grabbed two of them at once. Well, that's a first. Those are not coming apart. Let's try this again. There we go. There we go. And here we go. All right. All right, so this one goes right here. Cute, cute. These are super fun. I see why it is unavailable currently, but it will be coming back. I think this might be one of the ones that's in the new catalog, which means it will be coming back. It will be staying in stock, so don't panic. All right, then there are dimensionals on the back of everything. And I'm missing a flower. Missing a flower, where'd that go? My yellow flower has disappeared. Oh no, here it is, duh. All right. I was just more efficient than I thought. So we're going to put 2 dimensionals on here. Take the papers off as we go. This goes on the front of the fence. All right, and then here we go. 1 there, 1 there. Let's take that off. 1 there. Take the papers off as we go. There we go. Whoops, didn't take that paper off. All right, let's take that one off. And that one off. And let's see, this one is supposed to go right here, like that. This one is supposed to go here, kind of hanging down off the fence. And these pop up on our lilacs. Let's see, we'll do 1 here, 1 here. Whoop, wrong direction. The darker is on the bottom. And then 1 right here. All right, and then you have your cute little garden. How about that? How adorable. Oh, wait. Where's my sentiment? Thinking of you is supposed to go on the inside. All right, so, and that has dimensionals as well. There's a lot of dimensionals. All right, here we go. And there we go. Whoop. See, that doesn't make sense. You know what? I'm taking those dimensionals off because that's not going to let my gate close. We're just going to use a little bit of tear and tape on those. On that. All right. We're just going to use some tear and tape. That didn't make sense to me to put dimensionals on it, and then when I tried to close my gate, it was not closing. So let's not use dimensionals on that. Shh, don't tell. Of course, you know, you can do it however you want. All right, tedious, beautiful. Yes, it is. So cute. Yes, I agree. These are really pretty. So if they're not, if it wasn't on your shopping list, put it on there, and as soon as it's available, I will let you know. Oh my gosh, how cute. Hello, thinking of you today. I love it. Super cute. All right, let's just move all this stuff off of here. We'll bring back our 3 cards. All right. Look at that. Welcome garden. Love it. It is a pretty kit. It is, and it will come back, okay? Yes, it will come back. I will let you all know when it's in stock again. I will be keeping an eye on it because it is super pretty, super cute. So, just to remind you or to let you know if you haven't seen my other posts, tomorrow is free shipping, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Free shipping, and the new Stampin' Rewards have started. So you get Stampin' Rewards, plus you get free shipping. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, you can triple dip, and you can get, if you are a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you can get past kits, refills, and the add-on dies. And you don't even have to, you have to be a subscriber to get it, but you don't have to have the Paper Pumpkins that went with those dies. You can use those dies for anything and everything. And all of those will be on sale up to 75% off Wednesday and Thursday. So you can triple dip Wednesday and Thursday. You get free shipping Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Make sure you go to junebugcreations.stampinup.net. Unless, of course, you are a demonstrator yourself, then order from yourself and go to earn that sales challenge bag, that wonderful bag. So take care, everybody. thanks you for joining me. I will see you Thursday for Paper Pumpkin Playdate. If you have questions, ask below. Bye-bye.